Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dugout, and today's topic, I'll get straight down to business because there is a possibility that we may not have too much time to be chatting today. Usually we take time, as all of you who are regulars know, to come to the discussion, but today's topic, as you see, was something that we thought of pretty early in the morning, which is it's the new Indian T20 team. But where is the new template? That after India has already lost the two T20s. But what has happened interestingly in the last 3-4 hours is a statement by Rohit Sharma, which he traveled to the US of A, where he spoke about, I look forward to coming here in the US. But at that time it did seem like where he was saying come back to the US, as in he was promoting the venue, as in he was looking forward to the World Cup coming to the US of A, which could have been said as a brand ambassador as well, and not so much him personally playing that. However, what changes things now is his direct reference to his T20 future. And before we throw open, and it's pretty much related to the debate that we were going to have, whether the new Indian team's template is there or not, or whether if this failure will lead to us going back to some of the senior players. In that context, Rohit Sharma has said something. Shivam, can we have the quote of what Rohit Sharma has said, so that everyone who's joining us.
Yeah, Rohit T20 hai. Yeah.
Okay. Can we cut to it full frame? So this is what Rohit has said. We've proceeded, so it's a much longer answer, but this is the operative part which all of you can read now on your screen. It said it was made very clear to them that it's a 50-over World Cup for us. When he says us, he's talking about a few players. So a few players were told that this is the 50-over World Cup for you guys. And for some of the guys, it's not possible to play all the formats. So those guys who were told that this is the 50-over World Cup for you, and also some cannot play all formats. Some could, but some can't. So we decided on just looking at some players' workload. Some. So that some is common in all the three sentences. So he says, I definitely fall in that category as well. What this statement tells me, and I'll go across the room and maybe try and gauge what everyone can read from this or read between the lines. What this tells me is he's saying that this time, right now we are focused on 50-over World Cup, but it's our workload which is a bit much. After the 50-over World Cup is done, no more workload management for us. So they will be in the scheme of things for T20 cricket as well. That's how I see it. We can start one by one. Everyone can chip in with how is it that they take this.
If I remember this was just before the IPL.
No, this is a latest right now.
US, no?
He had given one that time
back then also, yes.
And I think he had said that we guys will see
After
till
the
the IPL how it goes, and then so he's also pushed the envelope a little further.
He's suggesting that they were told that this is 50 over, you focus on 50.
Were they told?
No idea.
No, could have been told now also.
Oh yes.
Because this is the latest statement, just today's. So what do you read from his statement?
Just going by the performance in the last two T20s, again, there'd be some who would say that, speaking the truth at times is negativity. But I think going by the way 2 games have gone by and the opportunities have been missed, you can recall Rohit Sharma, Rahul, Virat, some may even throw in Dhoni's name. Really? See, again, every defeat will have new questions being asked. And the fact is that when the selectors went to these guys, including the captain, in T20s, you thought that there'll be freshness. You thought that maybe we'll play T20s just the way the world plays T20s, and you've lost to West Indies. You may still, like ST Red, win the last 3 games and win the series. But I think it's not about just winning the series. It is also about whether or not things have changed. I don't think things have changed.
Yeah,
And again, West Indies, they're not playing this year's 50 overs World Cup. They were not playing the 2020 World Cup last year as well.
Yep, the main draw they were playing.
Yeah, they had to go through the.
I'm shocked at the performance. To be very honest, Indians have been very casual. The batting doesn't know what to do. Surya Kumar Yadav, he may have gotten run out yesterday, but again, he's been wasting opportunities. Shubman Gill, all of a sudden, is not scoring runs. Sanju Samson, somehow or the other, finds a new way of getting out. So, I don't know. I think you are in a situation where, I don't know.
No, but what do you gauge from Rohit's statement? He is confident he'll be back. Is that what you read?
I think he's hopeful. He can't be confident. And I don't think the selectors have told any of the players that you'll be back for the T20 World Cup. These guys can only, and again, not all of them.
Okay, not back for T20 World Cup, but have they been told that, as he's saying,
See, in January, I think in January, they may or may not have been told, but they were made to assume that the team is looking beyond them in T20s.
Exactly, but
Virat has not made any.
No, but it doesn't seem like that from his comment. I agree with you that when you did not select them for that New Zealand,
No, but for his
T20 World Cup.
statement, if you go into what he, can we have the statement again?
Yeah.
So what he has said is that we guys are not playing T20s this year because of the workload.
Yes.
Which means that post the 50 overs World Cup, we will be back in T20s.
Exactly what.
So he's not saying, his statement is not suggesting that he may or may not come back. He is saying that me, Virat and maybe KL Rahul will 100% be back in T20s. You tell me now, does that make sense? That all three of them will be part of the T20s immediately after the 50 overs World Cup.
No, it does not, but I think a lot of it will depend on how this young team plays. Because as you said, forget winning or losing.
So would he rather want the youngsters not to do well?
No, he would not.
Okay.
But I'm saying, do you reckon that if Hardik's team and his experiments and his whatever template or whichever way he wants to play does not succeed, then he loses. See, I'm thinking from Hardik's point of view, he wouldn't want this to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's got anything against Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli. He's been given this team, made to realize that you are going to take this team to the next World Cup. But if the results don't show, then that bargaining chip that he has of deciding what the team should be like, that he may not have anymore.
I agree with you.
So from his point of view, this may not be a great situation. Which is why if I was him, I would take these T20 as very serious.
Nikhil, not just the T20s and the way these youngsters perform. I think a lot will also depend on how well you play in the World Cup this year.
The 50 over.
Yeah.
But
if you're winning the World Cup
if these
guys are getting runs,
yeah,
then obviously you will have, and this is India. We are very emotional people, and obviously these guys will be back. What if India do not make it to the finals of the 50-50 World Cup?
Yeah, then you'll have a new look T20 team, without doubt. No matter how good or bad the current T20 team plays.
What if the Indian team doesn't make it to the finals, but you have runs from KL Rahul, Virat and Rohit?
If you have runs from KL Rahul,
then you will make
Virat
the finals.
and Rohit, you will definitely break the jinx of going beyond the semi-finals.
It has happened in the past also. What if all three have been scoring runs, or say Virat and Rohit are scoring runs in the tournament, and suddenly in the semi-finals they both fail and suddenly there's a collapse? I'm just saying hypothetically.
19 World Cup.
To be fair, it's happened.
So
you're saying 19 World Cup.
So never say never as far as Indian cricket is.
So what is it that you are saying?
What is the point?
No, you said that because we are emotional people, a lot will depend how the Indian team fares in that World Cup. So I'm saying, what if India doesn't do well? When we say doesn't do well, would mean that we are the host and we know the conditions best. So we should make it to the finals and hopefully win it also. So for us, anything less than that spot in the final is a failure.
It is a
failure, which we've been doing in the past. So nothing great about it. 10 teams, 12 teams, and you make it to the semi-finals is not too great. So I'm saying, what if Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli they do exceedingly well. For example, Rohit got those 500s in the last World Cup.
So he gets 3 now.
So he gets 3 from
And Virat also gets 3.
Yeah, and then they don't make it to the final.
Oh, India will definitely win the World Cup then, yaar. And 2 from KL Rahul as well, na?
Yeah.
India is winning the World Cup, yaar.
Yeah.
So basically,
Then India is winning the World Cup.
so 300 for Rohit, 3 for
Virat.
and 2 for
KL.
KL, which is
8 centuries.
and you will play 9 round robin matches,
And then the same final, and then the final.
and then nobody.
Yeah,
will-
Shubman Gill will also get a couple of.
Some other games there'll be a Bumrah Pfeiffer also. Na? You won't need 100. A Pfeiffer is
Exactly.
We are
And
you know,
Shubman Gill-
living in a hypothetical world, and
So
what
this is a hypothetical question only.
exactly
This
so
is a hypothetical show, yeah.
and what Rohit Sharma is saying is also
Yeah,
hypothetical.
our shows are supposed to be hypothetical, yeah.
No, because what he
The preview shows. So, see, you take out the preview show that we did yesterday, and the mid-inning show, and the close of play show.
No, closer play is not hypothetical.
hindsight expert.
So,
Ashwin.
the preview show tomorrow, we will again say, "Come on, lad,
What if
do it."
this, that?
Yesterday, क्या? What was the name? चलो जवानों, पता नहीं क्या कर लो. हैं? I said, यार, are you going to war? And रात को था कि मतलब.
You have lost the war.
Yeah. So the point is,
And to be honest, what Rohit Sharma is saying, you know, the situation is such, for one thing to succeed, the other has to fail, unfortunately.
but I don't see a situation, to be very honest, the most extreme situation. I don't, again, in even that extreme situation, see a situation where both Virat and Rohit are in the T20
I
team.
think, let's be honest, Virat is.
And if you add KL Rahul's name to that,
Virat is still
I can bet-
somewhat. Virat is still somewhat closer
Yes.
in that sort of a scenario, because you have Ishan Kishan, you have Rohit Sharma. Now you are also giving opportunities to somebody like Yashasvi Jaiswal. He's already made his test debut. Now he's there. Most likely, I think he will get a chance in the next couple of games, if not tomorrow. So I think but for Hardik Pandya also, his honeymoon period is also over. Like you had Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli asked for, he used to call the shots. He would ask for certain players, he would get them. Everything that he would ask for, he will get it. And then eventually what happened? We needed results. He couldn't give those results. Same thing happened with Rohit Sharma also. Everything he wanted, from Ravichandran Ashwin, not playing UZCL, to everything. He was given everything. Then results didn't come his way. So, then they moved on. They moved to Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya also, what we've learned is, there are certain players, he wants that sort of a structure of his team, certain players and all that. But there will be a time when he will fail, and that is when he needs to. I'm okay with the failures, but then those tactical errors, those basic tactical errors.
But he's getting whatever he wants now.
That's what I'm saying.
Hardik.
And more.
There will be a day
And more.
when questions will be asked.
see,
of
it's
him.
not just the 11 that you're getting or the 15 that you're getting. Go back to the game yesterday. So he said that we should have scored 160, 170. You didn't.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have all-rounders. And when you say all-rounder, it doesn't necessarily mean a number 8 or a 9 or a 10 who can get you a 50. You would need somebody who can hit 2 sixes.
Shami.
2 sixes.
Yeah.
ठीक है जी, 2 sixes. Secondly, from 2 for 2, they recovered. And then Yuzi Chahal allowed you to make a comeback. And then you did not bowl him.
Yeah.
You didn't bowl him. So you again let the other team get away.
No, the point is, which is the question, that he had said he was the one who had pointed out that the guys on top are not getting runs. How are we guys at the bottom going to? Why is it that we're not seeing? See, the pitch, I agree, was a slowish track. Even West Indies were 2 for 2. Yet they continued to bat in that template. I'm
Exactly.
saying, why is that new template which we so spoke about not visible with this Indian team? Why is it that they're not playing that fearless cricket that we want to see?
And-
even in bilateral.
And the only
Because of
reason
the
these-
stakes.
Exactly.
See, again, Shubman Gill, a slump.
Yeah.
He's also, by the way, vying for the World Cup 50-50. Ishan Kishan vying for the World Cup 50-50. Suryakumar Yadav, Aslam also vying for the World Cup 50-50. Sanju Samson, his name keeps coming up, also vying for the
50
World
over.
Cup 50-50.
Akshar Patel.
Hardik Pandya, half the time he doesn't play. And then when he comes back, he'll take another break. Again, wanting to remain fit for the World Cup 50-50. And I think these guys have some burden on their shoulders. Tilak Verma, for instance, he doesn't have that experience. But he just went in.
Nothing.
He got nothing to lose. He scored those runs. The others, again, the more they keep playing, the more they have this burden on their shoulders and their thoughts. And then in T20s, you've got to be very, very straight. Use the power play and consolidate in the last 4 overs. I mean, use the last 4 overs as well. I mean, you should be aiming for 200 runs, yeah. You batted first yesterday. The other day, you were chasing and still you couldn't. A similar game, West Indies won yesterday.
You were, by the way, in a better situation than West Indies were yesterday. You needed 37 of the last 5 overs with 6 wickets.
How on earth do you play Akshar Patel in the 11 and not bowl him at all?
Yeah.
ठीक है, you can say, oh, there were 2
Yesterday-
left-handers.
yesterday.
But yeah, teams will have
But you
left-handers.
played 2 leg spinners also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you remember the first, I agree, but the first T20, as soon as you bowled him, the left-hander murdered him. The first T20.
Why
But
is
why
he
did you
then
play-
in the
why
team?
I
did you
agree.
play
I am
him?
with you on that. Exactly what we said.
You have another
should
batsman
not
then.
have exactly. You should not have him if you're not going to bowl him.
Nikhil,
Because
your
there are
batting
so many
ends at number 7. The moment your batting ends at number 7 and you walk into the ground aware of the fact that you don't have any batsman after 7, the openers will say, yaar, out nahi hona. And this will be the talk of the dressing room. Rahul Dravid has to do something, boss. He again is living in that age. And to be very honest, you have Virat or you have Rohit or you don't have them. You have this young team. I don't think realistically you are expecting India to win the 2020 World Cup next year. You're not.
No. With this team, I'm definitely.
You wasted 2-3 years, yaar. This team, I mean, this Soch should have been there. Should have come in after you lost in Dubai, and then maybe you should have gone to Australia with this youngish Soch. Now you are asking them to come in. Most of them are also playing the 50-50. They know that obviously they'll be insecure. Yeah, they would want their own runs. Tilak Verma knows that he is not on trial. He'll bat his natural game. The others won't.
And also, it's not even like a
I
full-blooded.
mean, Hardik Pandya, 18 balls, 24 runs, 2 sixes.
Yeah.
Okay, Ishan Kishan, 23 balls, 27 runs, 2 sixes, 2 boundaries.
No strike rotation.
So where is the T20 that we're talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, what happens is, I feel you've not fully committed. If you had fully committed to this change of we want to play a new way, fresh way, again, I keep going back to that example, but we see how England made the hard decisions. They told a Stuart Broad and a Jimmy Anderson, no, you're not playing white ball cricket, you're playing test cricket. We are going a new direction. We'll take that new direction forward. We will live by that sword, we'll die by that sword, but we know that will get us results. Here, one hand you're talking about new team, new template, you're saying no new template, you're saying new talent, but again, some of them are kind of caught up in this thing of we want to, ensure that we get our runs because the ODI World Cup is coming. Then you'll have the senior players who are supposedly no longer part of a scheme of things coming out and saying that no, it's just workload management, we'll be back next
So there is confusion.
Exactly.
Goal chakkar. You're not having a roadmap. It's a goal chakkar.
Oh,
You don't know where to
exactly.
go.
It's the culture. I think it's the culture. We've been talking about the players wanting to score runs for them, for themselves.
Yeah.
And that culture, unfortunately, has seeped in. And even these players, these new players who we've drafted in after their success in the IPL, they are also following the same template. We're talking about a template for T20 cricket, but unfortunately, the template that we've been following is a template that has been given and provided by the seniors. I'm not blaming or saying any one particular name, but everybody is scoring for themselves because they are playing for their own spots in the team. So till the time you don't give that sort of a backing, the kind of backing somebody like KL Rahul got, or there are other good players.
Sky and
also.
ODIs.
Suryakumar Yadav, everybody, if you trust somebody.
Ishan
Kishan maybe. So Ishan Kishan would, even if, I don't know how his next 2 games or 3 games will go, but he will go back as a satisfied man.
Yeah, because you're keeping the test
The
as well
entire
as,
tour,
ODI.
he's done well. 115 the test, then 350.
3 in the ODIs.
Three back-to-back 50s in the ODIs. But Ishan Kishan, and also what is your vision? Are you looking at the T20 World Cup next year, or are you looking at the ODI World Cup? What are you trying to do? Is Hardik Pandya trying to fix some spots for the ODI World Cup? Because see, where will Ishan Kishan play in that ODI World Cup if he gets a chance to play?
Number 4.
Why don't you play him at number 4?
Yeah, but maybe I think again, I'm just giving them benefit of the doubt. Maybe they thought that if you want to see him, let him bat for longer. And the
That's
best
the
opportunity
mistake we
is,
make. We always
bat
make.
as an opener.
You don't have specialists for those positions.
You are
I mean,
looking for replacements for KL
Sanju
Rahul.
Samson bats at number 3
KL,
IPL, but here he'll bat.
you are looking for replacements for KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer. Do not mix things up. Just pick 2 players who you think can actually be their replacements. Place them in those respective spots and go ahead with the game. Do not.
It's already too late for that. Already too late.
Yeah.
Okay.
World. Yeah.
No, that we will also do. You have to announce your 30 odd probables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they
But
will
they've
also.
gone with 18.
तो ठीक है यार, वो मतलब first movers नहीं यार, they are very clear.
So, and how does it matter?
Okay, but why have Australia announced their 18? Has the World Cup schedule been announced?
Exactly. and
They are saying doesn't matter where we are.
how does it matter?
Why should we announce the next year's?
Eventually, they will also play their first game on 8th. We will also play our first game on 8th.
इतनी क्या जल्दी है?
उन्होंने वर्ल्ड कप एक साल पहले अनाउंस कर दिया शेड्यूल.
इसलिए जल्दी है because they don't want their players to be playing those games as you were saying, because they are looking at the 50 over World Cup in mind. They are saying you are not there out, you are there, so you are playing.
I mean,
Finish.
they don't look at reputation.
You are faced with a situation where there is a debate on Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul that they will not be fit for the Asia Cup, but they may still be in your World Cup team on the basis of 3 games against Australia. Are you in that desperate a position? And again,
Yes, you are.
Are you?
You are.
But
Because the
again,
others haven't
what are the
done.
players you're talking about? Is it Virat Kohli? Is it Rohit Sharma? Is it Bumrah?
It's KL Rahul.
But that tells you how bare your cupboard is.
Why have you not prepared
But
accordingly?
whoever you thought will prepare or get you runs did not.
Even now you're not preparing. It's a very haphazard manner. Ishan Kishan, why? Okay, Ishan got runs. You're very happy for him. But
Are you happy?
not even I am. The point is Ishan or Sanju Samson. Ideally, if at all KL Rahul doesn't play in the World Cup, either of the two would be your first choice backup. So they've shown that it is Ishan Kishan. But Ishan Kishan is going to play at number 4 or 5 or 6 or wherever in the 50 overs World Cup if Rahul doesn't play. Why is it that the captain decided to give his number to Ishan and Virat's number to somebody else? Why is it that for Rohit and Virat, those 3 games were not important for them to get runs in one days?
They're saying
Who will win you the World Cup?
because
Who will win you the World Cup?
they will.
Who?
But you have said they will get 300s. You have picked
No,
3
he-
for Rohit,
he has
3
said-
for
he
Virat.
has said.
So they are going to get 300. But what about the rest? You are worried about the rest.
Okay.
They are going to give you 3 apiece.
So Babar Azam,
You have-
who has a very good, who plays the cover drive so well, should now stop practicing that. Should only concentrate on the flick shot.
100
Yeah, got
in the Lanka Premier League.
Other teams are preparing well. We are preparing,
We are also
but we are not preparing well. No, we are preparing.
No, but we are also playing in West Indies.
Yeah, but-
Look at those slow wickets there. It's
No,
a sort of
it is your-
a preparation.
Like you
only.
say, you're preparing. The difference between preparing
And preparing well.
No, but it's a process. It's a process.
And you have to keep sticking to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, ek to na, I'm sick and tired of this.
we-
Captains have come, they have gone. MS Dhoni gave them this phrase, process.
Process.
And a few of them added, we are learning, we'll keep learning.
No, nobody.
It's a learning curve.
No, Hardik has been saying that
said the
constantly.
process.
One
process.
said-
No, yesterday he said we learn.
Dhoni used that word process,
Today.
and actually he showed you what a process actually is. Thereafter, every captain repeats the same word. It's
And
a
what was the process?
for?
For Dhoni?
Process was don't
See-
think about yourself, play looking at the
So
scorecard.
along with Gary Kirsten and a few senior players and the selectors, they sat down after the disaster of 2007 and they prepared for 11. That was the process. And they won the tournament. They created players.
And I'm saying even after that 2011 World Cup, some of the senior players were left out and they were not too happy with that. But the result was...
The next process had started.
Yeah, imagine immediately after that World Cup, the next process had started, and in 2013, you did lose the 2015 World Cup semi-final, but you lost to the best team. And it's unfortunate. You were unlucky that you ran into a team like Australia in that World Cup, but in 2013, you won that Champions Trophy, the last of your ICC tournaments or titles that you won. So that is one process. And for unfortunately all these people, the captains, the coaches, for them results don't matter. I said it yesterday also. Results eventually will decide who the Indian captain will be.
Exactly.
Virat Kohli was dropped or was removed as Indian captain because he didn't have those results, which he himself admitted that perhaps because he couldn't win an ICC trophy in those years, maybe that was one of the primary reasons that his captaincy was taken away. Rohit Sharma, after that failure in Asia Cup, then
World T20.
T20 World Cup, those results matter. If Hardik Pandya does not address the situation today, right away, along with Rahul Dravid, because Rahul Dravid may or may not be there to save his, as in Hardik's spot as captain there after the ODI World Cup. So Hardik has to address the situation. It cannot be a casual approach and that I have that brain and I am the understudy of MS Dhoni and I will make things happen, will try to do things differently. That's not going to happen. So results eventually will decide your future also, and results will also decide the health of Indian cricket.
Yep. So Mallikarjun Chaudhary is saying India is an aging ODI test side on the verge of transition, where the mainstays will leave with an injury-prone lead bowler and all-rounder. Do we have the backups as we glorify them seeing IPL? Huge fan.
You don't.
We don't.
It's pretty evident you don't. If you're scrambling because you're number 4 and 5, who are probably your third, fourth best batsmen in this team, based on pure reputation, are unavailable, then you don't have the depth.
There is never a depth. And because you're based it upon a very fickle thing called the IPL. That's the unfortunate part about it. Pranit Datta says, I don't think these T20s matter. Okay.
That's an interesting comment, huh?
They are still trying to fix players for position. Only after the 50-over World Cup, you will start getting an idea.
But Pranit, there's not that much time left for the T20 World Cup also. It's not like the T20 World Cup's in
You can
October.
minus those 3 months
Of IPL, because it won't matter. It won't.
Because there anyway a lot of runs will be scored.
Every game matters.
They are trying to fix players for position. The only problem is the Indian cricket team are trying to fix something when they are not even equipped for it. Simple. Ranjit Pelia giving a lot of love from the US
Gave a comment.
later on though. YV is saying, I would have preferred Umran Malik over Mukesh Kumar in T20 ice. You can't waste his talent, man. Tailenders would have struggled against him. No.
If he was playing yesterday, then the match would have finished before.
He makes a valid point, but he's not your solution immediately.
Yes.
He may be your solution or may not be your solution, but that will take time, right? So right now, Mukesh Kumar will also not be in your scheme of things.
No.
Because right now you are doing workload management with.
You never know. Mukesh Kumar is not part of any of those Asian Games squad.
He is. Asian Games, he is there, yes.
Mukesh Kumar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus,
Asian
how will
Games.
you once you're
Asian Games, yes,
you
he's
are
part of the Asian
looking at
Games
a
squad.
Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna, Shami, Siraj, it's going to get tough for him.
And Shardul.
And Shardul, of course, yes.
He has to start.
He has to start mostly. I'm just saying too many available. What's Ranjit Pelia saying?
Please stop misinterpreting the statement by Rohit. Please do not insinuate. Okay, we are not, but okay. Will giving Sanju keeping help with his form confidence?
Really, he's struggling to bat and you're like,
How we misinterpreted his statement?
no, you haven't.
That we said anything different to what Rohit is saying?
No.
This isn't misinterpretation or insinuation.
Ranjit will have to spend $5 more and point that out.
I mean, Sanju, unfortunate, the team management and his own confidence at an all-time
Can't
low.
you do that in $1?
Yeah.
He could.
$0.99, $1.79.
Yep. Okay, Rohan Verma is saying, why make your blood boil when you know under Rahul Dravid he will get more embarrassed in Asia Cup and World Cup, and you guys call me negative. Ravi Shastri looks like a messiah seeing Dravid. And
Dravid भी हद है यार वैसे.
And you call me negative.
कौन हद है?
Rahul Dravid.
क्या? ये वायरल हो जाएगा.
हाँ, यहाँ पे भी हो जाता है.
But I'm just saying how Rahul Dravid is viewed. At least when I
How he's viewed.
no. I'm saying the kind of I was just going through social media, and actually one of the biggest reasons. I'm not saying what he's doing is right or wrong. It's just that my generation, the way you view Rahul Dravid, irrespective of whether he does right things or wrong things, is different. But I've seen with a lot of younger guys, and I did see a lot of comment. For them, like who have not seen cricket before Virat, he's a nobody. Like he is absolutely nothing.
That's very true. And unfortunately, for most of our social media cricket fans, cricket has actually seems to have started post the IPL only.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Post the IPL only.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not defending Rahul Dravid or supporting him.
They would know about Mitchell Marsh, but they may not know about Rahul
The kind
Dravid.
of disdain that I read.
Yeah.
If let's say if I was to.
But yeah, as a coach,
disagree
na?
with- I'm saying I may disagree with Rahul Dravid, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like like
d-
Greg Chappell.
just be dismissive.
Like if Greg Chappell did not do right thing, but you knew what Greg Chappell as a player was, so you found it very tough to, with disdain you would have said he's doing wrong. I think, which I do see on social media, and I sometimes wonder whether they know who Rahul Dravid is or what.
I've seen the similar treatment, dare I say, even for Sachin Ganguly and the
I'm
likes.
sure it must be the
So
same.
it's
Though Sachin's not the coach, so
no, but he gets it regardless.
That may be
And remember, imagine being Kapil Dev
yeah.
and a Gavaskar in this
And when
scenario.
they say something,
Yeah, and a Gavaskar.
yeah. When they say something and how is that taken? Agreed. Yeah.
Raj from the US is saying, in 2019, our only issue was number 4. This time, your entire team is unsure. Only, not just that. I mean, I disagree with that. Entire team is only number 4 and number 5 are unsure. That's it. Only number 4 and number 5.
Are you sure about? No. You're sure about your openers, but are you sure about how they will
Line up.
be in the?
That's a lottery.
How they will be in the World Cup.
That is a lottery. We have to address the one simmering issue that is Shubman Gill's form. I think if this continues until the Asia Cup, alarm bells. Rajan Thind is saying, Satsri. Yeah, Raj, Satsri Akal to all of you. Today is Greg Chappell's birthday.
Oh my
Yes.
God! And I just mentioned him.
Yeah.
That was pure coincidence.
Yeah. Please share something on him. A batting legend, a controversial coach, though laid the basis for young players RP Singh, Suresh Raina, Srisan, Uttapa, and VRV Singh.
One of the very few players who got a century in their first test match and in the last.
Yes.
One of the finest onside players, one of the best Australia would have produced.
The gold
I
standard.
think he'll make the top 5 greatest Australian players
Yes.
ever.
Yeah.
If you were to select the 5 greatest
Australian batsmen, perhaps.
players, you only have Warney there.
Glenn McGrath.
Border.
McGrath maybe.
Then-
No, I'm saying he was saying only back.
No, but then you'll have players like,
you know Ponting,
let's say,
Border.
Ponting,
Alan Davidson, Keith Miller.
Yeah, Keith Miller.
Yeah, but
So, but then,
Richie Beno.
Richie
Richie
maybe,
Beno.
yeah.
So he will be part of the.
But he'll be ahead of them, all of them.
No, again, because he's been a recent player. Richie Beno had his own aura.
I agree.
Shane Warne, Glenn McGrath,
No,
But I think as far as batters are concerned, I think
Alan Davidson, Keith Miller, yeah.
Second behind Border.
Who?
Greg Chappell.
Ricky Ponting?
Ponting, yeah.
Don Bradman?
Bradman to be not.
Bradman is a different yardstick altogether. Bradman and then the rest.
Matthew Hayden?
5 batters, yeah, probably 5 batters.
Matthew
Five
Hayden?
batters, yeah.
No,
Bradman.
but he'll be ahead of Hayden and all.
Yeah, he would be ahead of
Again,
Hayden.
yeah, matlab, Steve Smith?
Nothing
Unfinished.
more, nothing less.
Nothing less. Yes.
Nothing more, nothing, what he would say. But I agree to one thing, even though we criticized him a lot, but a lot of things that he said at that time which felt very uncomfortable proved to be true much later. So he was in that sense,
Ahead of his time, let's say.
yeah, he was.
Maybe he also coped blame for somebody else. in hindsight now. Not every decision that didn't come through was his own.
Of course, as a captain, I would remember him for that underarm incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he's someone like I know his coaching reputation takes a hit because of the India thing, but people tend to forget when Saurav scored 144, if I'm not wrong, in
he
Gabba,
went to
he'd
Australia.
taken tips from Greg Chappell before, right?
And that is why
That is
Saurav
why he
brought him back.
Exactly, yes.
Steve Waugh was on a flight with Harbhajan Singh in India, and he said, "Tell Saurav, don't take Greg Chappell as your coach." And when Harbhajan told Saurav, obviously
Saurav
Saurav
said, now
was
to all the more I will take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanmay Joshi is saying, mark my words, you will select your team based on IPL 2023 and 50 over World Cup. These T20I matches don't matter.
That is quite likely, let's be frank.
No, these matches matter, but he's right that you might create more muddle after that.
Exactly. Mr. Shaker from the US is saying, morning gents, altering the true nature of turning tracks into flat, for example Chepauk, this season and now for Ekana, hampers techniques on foreign soil.
Ekana, what will you do with that wicket? Huh?
Alkaline.
Use it for practice. Teach them how to play spin.
I don't know. Okay. Sai Dattu, chill guys, India will win.
win
okay.
what?
Exactly.
This T20
Indies.
series.
Oh,
This T.
Or maybe next match, not series.
You
Ha.
must be saying.
or the World Cup, yeah,
No, I think
or both the World Cups.
Or in your dreams.
No, I think he's talking about tomorrow's game.
Tomorrow's game, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Vivek Anand is saying, chopping and changing will just make the players insecure. Every series. Exactly. 2-3 players, Tripathi, rediscarded, aggressive approach comes with batting depth. But if you're chopping and changing, the depth automatically goes for a toss then.
Party, what wrong did he do?
He didn't
play
have a
for
great,
technical-
He didn't play for himself.
No, he didn't have a great IPL.
And also the chances that he struggled with the moving
But
delivery.
he was, but that can be said about 90% of your batters, no? Moving delivery.
But again, in that New Zealand series, he really didn't do himself any favors.
Butler. Indian version of Joss Butler, Rahul Tripathi.
How?
Huh?
How? Shakes.
Very shaky.
Okay, Raj is saying, how are you saying that only 4 and 5 are a problem? Please tell, when did all your 11 players play together last? Jesus, I'm trying to be positive for once and...
But Raj, that never happens. When do you remember even last year we kept saying core will play together this series, then we pushed it back one series, then you reached Asia Cup, even there your core wasn't playing. So
Yeah, Raj, I'm trying to be positive here, yeah. 4 and 5 is just one small problem. There are bigger problems. I don't want to highlight that. Karthik K saying, I know at the moment India's chances aren't great at ODI World Cup. Let's not manifest our semi-final loss even before a ball is bowled. Hope it will be better with Bumrah, Shami, Siraj back.
इस पर ट्वीट कर दो.
Fingers crossed, my friend, hopefully. Rohan Verma, go down. I wasn't being negative but practical. Welcome to my world. We are declining since Rahul Dravid took over as a coach.
No, we're not telling you a negative, not at all. Just in different context. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You really think Indian batting can face Pak bowlers? 50-50.
Haris Rauf is in good form.
Oh, so is
Shaheen
Shaheen
Shah
in the
is so
100. He's been getting wickets.
Even Naseem.
He's been getting wickets of the first ball all the time.
And Naseem also. Swarnadeep Maulik is saying, under Dhoni and Kirsten, we won bilaterals and World Cup. Under Kohli and Shastri, we won bilaterals but no World Cup. Under Rohit, Hardik and Dravid, we lost everything. It's the strategies that are hurting us. True. Totally.
The sun will rise again.
Yep.
So on the final comment of
Raj is again,
You
being
keep mind.
positive doesn't hide away problems. We can continue to dream. We are dreaming. That's why we are talking about we might win the World Cup this time. We are dreaming. It's a dream.
No, we can actually win the World Cup this
We
year.
can. See, it's you're playing at home. Last 2 World Cups, 3 World Cups and 1 by,
centuries
a
by
host
Virat,
nation.
3 by Rohit, 2 by KL Rahul,
And 2 by Shubman Gill.
Shubman Gill, Hardik Pandya,
No,
yaar.
you are so 3 by 6, 7, 8. So 8 centuries. That's it.
Oof.
I told you, 5 first with
You have to play 11.
Some 50s also will
Somewhere
come.
bowlers will also
Five.
win. In Ekana, spinners will win you.
But what will happen?
You would not need
Lucknow we are playing against
England.
England. Oh.
Oh.
You will not all the time need your batters to win your games. Spinners will Win
I think also with the Indian team right now, your batters are actually losing you games, not the bowlers. Yesterday also, we can actually blame bowlers. They couldn't defend. They were in a winning position, but you lost the game because of your batters.
अरे बहुत सारे हैं, ये ले लिया आपने?
हाँ लेना
अच्छा, ले
है.
लिया. We'll just take the last few.
Singularity is like from the UK. Spoke to more than dozen cricketers in London during a Saturday league game.
Wow.
Wow. Asked what they want between a World Cup trophy versus Test series win in India next year. Emphatic answer was the latter. No pressure on England and white ball translates to freedom.
Actually, it's a
Yeah,
good point.
good point. Yeah, actually, their core fan base really cares more about Test cricket. So,
Ramani Remo and Hemanta, congratulations on your first super chat.
thanks for the love.
Thanks for the love, indeed.
No, but he's right. So he's trying to point out that he spoke to a lot of former English players and asked between success at the 50 over World Cup or the Test series win in India. Most of them have picked a Test series win in India.
But there's also context for that. They've won both the ODI T20 World Cup. They've won twice now. India is like a final frontier in that sense. So, if they don't win the ODI World Cup this year, no problem. They are world champions already. But Test series in India is special.
Yeah, you'll win after 12 years, which is
I'm not answering that question. He's asked.
Bittu.
Neither am I. No, I'm not aware, so how can I?
So say that.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
So that should be answered. Huh? I'll take the question, then you reply. What was the question? Let me, Pratik Mandal's question. Pratik Mandal is asking, what is the role of Vikram Rathore? Please tell Vikrant sir.
He's the batting coach.
Yeah.
The role.
The role, yes.
That's his designated role.
He is asking about his role. His role is that of a batting coach.
Yep.
Fair point.
How do they address him, the players?
Depends which part of the country you're from.
Shubman Gill, for example.
He may say Vicky Paji,
Huh?
Vicky Paji, and some might say Vikram Paji. But
Virat.
What would Hardik be?
Hardik,
What about
will-
Virat Kohli?
Hardik can even say Vix.
What about Virat Kohli?
He also say Paji.
Obviously Vikram Paji.
Vikram Paji.
But those who've known him for
Bittu
years will say Bittu Paji.
Rahul.
No, that's his name. Rahul will say Vikram. Vikram.
Yep.
Okay.
His nickname is Bittu.
Oh, Bittu.
Bye bye.
Yeah. See you.
Thanks for your company. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tomorrow, it's a quick turnaround for the third game, which most of you have said India will win.
Yeah.
So we'll be back live as always, 7:15. See you then. Meanwhile, take care. Have a good Monday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.